welcome to Eye on Paulsboro, a brand new show being taped here at the Sons of Italy Carmel Marina Lodge here on Broad Street in Paulsboro. Many old-timers will remember it a long time ago as the Stardust. This is a place of community gatherings, a very, very friendly place. Irma, that's quite a hat you're wearing.
Well, John, you know, Wednesday morning is my hairdresser's, and I got caught in the rain. But this is for the pink, and the hat and all is for breast awareness. Mammograms have saved many of lives. The breast awareness, it's just wonderful what they have come so far. They still have a ways to go. So we've had it in our family. So everyone get out there and help and wear the hats.
Oh, and we lost my mother to breast cancer. We lost my Aunt Anita to breast cancer. Bob Robostello is the president of the Sons of Italy, the local lodge.
Coffee for you.
Coffee because it's not really a chilly day outside, but when you visit this lodge, you expect a lot of personal hospitality, and I suspect we're going to have a very interesting show. A lot of memories here, by the way. We've done a couple really wonderful Christmas shows here, of course, with Sonny and Arnold Bay. We may air that footage one day.
John, it needs to be aired again. That was the classic.
It was a classic. We will be right back. We're at Sons of Italy on Broad Street.
Multi-policy discount, paperless discount, paid in full discount, homeowners discount, safe driver discount, chipmunk family reunion, someone stole the nuts, squirrel jail, justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice, think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like TrueTest paints, Master Mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and Rug Doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice, think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
Wonderful coffee, by the way. Excellent. Oh, that's excellent. With me now is Bob Robostello. Bob was in high school. You were a couple of years ahead of me, right? No, you graduated what year?
1970.
Yeah, so I was a sophomore, and you were graduating.
Yep.
Now he is, of course, after retired, worked a good career. Now he is the president of this chapter of the Sons of Italy. I guess, is this still New Jersey's largest lodge?
Yes, it is.
It's a big deal.
It's a big deal. We have about 230 members right now.
Yeah. So serving as president a second term. And now this membership has expanded to include women.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Best move we made in years.
Really
wonderful women.
It's a good thing.
Yes, it is.
It's a good thing. So, Bob, tell us about the lodge. People drive by, of course. I know this place is a center of community, whether it's the community. It's almost a community 4th of July event that happens here with families of the lodge members, because you always have a big delegation in the 4th of July parade. But give people a sense of what is a Sons of Italy Lodge?
Sons of Italy is a group of people that have some Italian in their blood, that are proud of their Italian heritage. And they gather to do a lot of good things for the community. We raise funds and support a lot of the worthwhile things going in the area. One of the biggest things I'm proud of right now is our involvement with the Pegasus Education Foundation for Paulsboro Schools.
That's really developing nicely.
Yes, it is. And I'm proud to say that our member is Steve Anashevsky is the president, and right now I'm the vice president and treasurer. Plus we have people that are involved in all different facets of it. So I'm really proud of our lodge for stepping up.
Well, it's a good group. Now, this lodge has a name on it. This is the Carmel S. Marino. I'm going to make sure I get the middle initial. I'm reading it right off the shirt because it's hard for me to remember all those kinds of words together. But there's a person attached to this lodge.
Yes, there is. Carmel Marino is the uncle of Carmel Marino that's sitting at the bar right now. He died in Korea tragically. And when this Sons of Italy was formed, they were looking for a hero, an Italian hero, to name the lodge after, and they came up with Carmel Marina.
And they picked a good one. You got a project going on with some dedication to bricks, with work going on outside. Tell us about that.
Yes, we have for sale bricks for $100 where you can have immortalize a family member who has passed away. They could be forever memorialized in the front of the lodge. It's a very nice thing.
Did Nick get one for my father?
Not yet.
Oh,
We're working on him.
Do that. Yes. My brother Nick is the state president of the Sons of Italy. We're going to get him on at some point. Couldn't make it today because he had obligations involving the state lodge business. We're taping at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. We're actually at a prayer meeting. Now, I'm going to ask Bob to explain what that means.
Prayer meeting started, I believe, back in the 90s, and it actually started with golf. There was 3 or 4 foursomes of guys who used to golf every Tuesday, and they would come to the club afterwards to have a few brews, of course. Somehow it transformed into what they called the prayer meeting, and I'm told it was because these guys were telling their wives that they were going to a prayer meeting at the club. And that name has stuck, even though the wives now know that they're here drinking at the club because they're going to see them on TV. So, but that's the original prayer meeting.
I would tell you that I don't think their wives were that gullible. They should probably ask their wives what the wives were doing at the time when they were at the prayer meeting, because I don't think they accepted that. That's a very, very good story.
I think it's been made up story, I believe.
It fits. We've been visiting with Bob Robostello. He is the president of the Sons of Italy here in Paulsboro, largest lodge in the state, place of warm hospitality, and we will be right back.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
And welcome back to Eye on Paulsboro. This segment taped at the Sons of Italy Lodge on Broad Street, Paulsboro. We've got a full crowd at the bar. Very friendly place in the afternoon. With me now is Dr. Blaise Glodowski. Did I say it correct?
Glodowski, close enough.
I can never remember his last name. He's been a chiropractor how many years, Blaise?
33 and a half.
Time just flies by.
It really does.
And you run a program now. This is your 31st year for Gibbstown Paulsboro Food Drive. That you have done well with and helped a lot of people.
Yeah, the best part is that it stays locally, so it only stays in Paulsboro and Gibbstown. So it's a great pride to be able to help the community.
So, obviously, if your practice is open for business because he's a chiropractor, but you encourage not just your patients to stop by and drop things off. So how does the food drive work?
Basically, it's open to everybody, and everything is free that day. So everything I do as far as adjustments, x-rays, treatments, massage therapy. We have a Reiki specialist who's a patient of mine that comes in to donate her time. We have massage people come in and donate their time, and everything is free. All that we ask is that people bring non-perishable food as kind of an exchange. So the people come in, they get all the services for free. The food bank gets all the food, and it's distributed right before Thanksgiving, and any leftovers goes over towards Christmas.
So it's not just a place to drop off food. The person, if you are willing to donate food, you can get an adjustment while you're there. It's not a bad deal.
No, it's a great deal. It's a steal, actually.
No, it's and what are the hours?
We start at 9 o'clock, and we just go on from there. So I would say to some time in the afternoon.
How many people have you seen in the past? What kind of day is it for you?
as far as how many people we see, we could see upwards of 80 people during just that day alone.
Yeah, that's nice.
But we don't want to have to turn people away because I know people work on Saturdays, so if they want to come in before or after the event, we'll also extend it to them as well.
It's a wonderful gesture. What is the date of the event?
This year it's going to be Saturday, November 23rd.
Very good. So if you feel in a generous mood, and we hope we will as the holiday seasons approach, and you'd like to donate food, as the good doctor says, all that you donate will stay local between Paulsboro and Gibbstown. And the benefit is you get an adjustment if you choose to, and you get to meet some very, very nice people. Blaise, give us the address.
The address is it's going to be at my office, which is Gibbstown Chiropractic Center. It's 360 East Broad Street, 08027. The phone number is obviously 856-423-3899. Please call to make an appointment so the event runs smoothly.
Oh, so although you'd accept walk-ins, appointments will be taken first?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we want it to run smooth. We don't want to have to turn anyone away.
And what are your general business hours for those watching this segment?
My office hours are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday from 10 to 1, 4 to 7, and Saturday from 10 till 12.
It's a pretty busy week.
It's a busy week.
We may have to visit with Irma when she gets adjusted. Keep this food drive in mind. There's a benefit to a lot of people and a benefit to yourself as well. Your generosity is going to be greeted with an adjustment. And as I said, friendly people. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Thinking about a new appliance or an LCD TV? Don't think twice. Think Weiss. Weiss True Value has a full line of LCD TVs plus a great variety of appliances. And of course, hardware items like TrueTest paints, master mechanic tools, electrical supplies, key duplicating, and rug doctor rentals. And for repairs on screens and windows, look no further. Weiss True Value, from making keys to selling appliances and LCD TVs. Don't think twice. Think Weiss. 39 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
For everything, there's a season, and a time for everything under heaven. A time for sharing, a time for caring, a time for remembering, and a time for parting. When that time arrives, let Beth McBride Foley and Thomas D. Foley at the McBride Foley Funeral Home help you in your time of need. Offering a wide variety of funeral services from cremation to traditional, McBride Foley Funeral Home has been helping families with the loss of a loved one with over 50 years of combined service. McBride Foley Funeral Home, 228 West Broad Street, Paulsboro.
Welcome back. Again, we continue the segment from Weiss's True Value Hardware Store here on Broad Street, Paulsboro. With me now is Erica Scott. Erica wears many hats, although she's not wearing any hats at the moment, but she wears many hats. And by the way, Fred, you got to get a shot at Erica's shoes. She got the best shoes on the program today. And we thank Erica for breaking up her schedule. We wanted to just bring some attention to the Paulsboro Midget football program because we haven't had a chance to do that. And it is flourishing. It's flourishing because adults are involved, the kids are involved, and they're having success. So Erica works with the school system as well. But today we're going to talk about the midget football program, although I don't know if we're allowed to call them midgets anymore. You know, Erica, everything has changed, but I guess it's the Paulsboro Midget Football Association.
Midgets, yes, Paulsboro Midget Football Organization.
So just tell us about how are things going, how many kids are involved. Just give an overview so people can get a sense of it.
This year we have about a little over 100 football players and about 80 cheerleaders. We brought our Pee Wee team back to try to introduce football a little younger to the kids. So that's for 4 or 5 year olds.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's more instructional, but it still makes them feel like they're playing football. And then we have our freshman level, sophomores, juniors, and seniors level, which is like your junior high kids. Try to prepare them to move on to become future Paulsboro Raiders.
That fly's been with us the whole show. So there's no more, when I was little, which was 100 years ago now, the teams were broken up by weight, 110 pound, 125 pound.
We're in a non-weighted league, so kids basically play by their age. So it's 8 and 9, 10 and 11, and then at 12 and up would be considered your junior high team. So for a while there, like you said, there was weighted, and that was kind of hurting our numbers because a lot of our kids were a lot bigger than what they were. They were younger, and we're losing kids because parents don't want their kids losing weight. So a few years ago, a new league came called South Jersey United, and they invited us to join their league, and the kids don't have to lose weight anymore, and we got a lot of our kids back because a lot of our kids were leaving the program, going places where they didn't have to worry about that, losing weight.
I would think Coach Howard's happy about that because kids come up through the program. Give us a sense of the league. So where's the competition? Who are you playing? I know the flies.
Deptford, Pennsauken, we got Belmar, Gloucester Township. So, I mean, our furthest that we had to go this year was Violin. Violin is new to the league, so but it's nothing's more than 40 minutes. So that's good that we're not traveling all over to play football. So I like that.
Are the kids competitive?
Yes, the kids are competitive. The first 3 years in the league, we actually won the championship. Last year, we didn't win the championship, but our 8 and 9-year-olds made it to the championship, and they lost a tough game, 12-6. Just speculating from what we have this year, I'm looking for our freshman level because they were close to not maybe win it, but definitely be in the championship this year.
Did the team travel last year out of state? It seems to me I saw some.
2 years ago, our 12-year-olds got an opportunity to play in what's called the Hall of Fame. We actually raised money. We took them to Ohio. They played some games. We were able to take them to the NFL's Hall of Fame. We ended up losing 13-7 to a team from Hawaii, but we made it to the semifinals. But the kids got the experience of traveling and actually seeing NFL Hall of Fame out in Canton.
No, it's wonderful, wonderful. So for people watching, because unfortunately we don't really have a local weekly newspaper any longer, what time are games? Where I know where they're played, of course, down by the lighthouse.
Right.
But so how do they find out where games are?
We do have a Facebook page. It's called Paulsboro Midget Football Organization, where weekly we update our games and the times and schedules. When we play home, we always try to run our schedule around the high school. And so most of our games at our midget field will start at 1 p.m. 1, 3, 5, and 7. That's the schedule we use because the high school home games normally start at 11 a.m. And I hate to, play at the same time as high school.
No, you want the kids to be able to get the high school game too. And imagine me asking a question like, "Are Paulsboro kids competitive in football?" That's sort of an odd question to ask.
We actually hold our own. A lot of those towns that I just named, they get a lot more kids out than what we do because they're a lot bigger. So we sometimes might have 20 where across the field they have 50 to choose from, but our kids go out there and they're competitive and we win a lot of games.
You can only play 11 at a time.
That's all.
You just need 11. We're visiting with Erica Scott. She's the president of the Paulsboro Midget Football Association. Go on their Facebook page, get their schedule, be supportive. The parents are engaged, and it's really just another vehicle that's good for kids to be involved with, bringing structure. But people love football, and if I'm not mistaken, there is no admission to the games, correct?
No, there's no admission, and we encourage parents and community. If you can stop down and you ever free on a Saturday, we can always use extra hands holding the chains, maybe working in concession stands, because we just played Deptford this past Saturday, and it was jam-packed. I've never seen that many people before. I think between the high school playing a rival of Pensgrove and then Deptford coming in, it was so many people. So anybody's free, come down and help us out. We'll appreciate it.
I think that's a perfect way to close the segment. Get involved. The kids will appreciate it. Stay with it. We're coming right back.
Multi-policy discount. Paperless discount. Paid in full discount. Homeowners discount. Safe driver discount. Chipmunk family reunion. Someone stole the nuts. Squirrel jail. Justice.
Countless discounts. Now that's progressive. Call or click today.
Life is a journey that we travel with a lot of uncertainty. When your family is faced with change and you're in need of understanding, direction, honesty, and professionalism, we at the Landolfi Funeral Home have a tradition of assisting you with all of your needs in any way that we can. We offer many affordable funeral services. Please feel free to call us with any questions you may have or visit us at www.landolfifuneralhome.com.
Welcome back again. This segment comes to you from Weiss's True Value on Broad Street in Paulsboro. Not sure what show this is appearing in because we sometimes tape segments in advance. With me now is Dr. Walter Quint, certainly no stranger to anybody from Paulsboro, Gibbstown, in fact, the area. Long-serving superintendent of Paulsboro Public Schools, came back for a stint when he was needed, and is back now for a third time because, frankly, he was needed. And coming out of retirement to jump back in is just a great gift that he brings forward because his knowledge of this town, this kids, the sending districts, just there's no learning curve and has great feel for the heartbeat of this place. So, Walter, first of all, welcome back. I can't believe you interrupted your retirement again.
Well, you know how I feel about Paulsboro. It's a wonderful place, and when they ask, I had to say yes because it's important. Good people, great students, and it's a school system that has to flourish. And if I can help with that, I want to help.
Oh, you're involved at the Pegasus Foundation, which you put together, which I still owe you a check as soon as I go into my fire trucks sold. I promise. One will be forthcoming. So what do you find coming back in? Of course, the spirit is there, but from the business sense, from the curriculum structure sense, what do you find?
Well, the good news is our enrollment's up, about 40 students, which is significant in a small school. Another important thing that we've done is the security systems. There are brand new security systems in Billingsport Early Childhood Center and Paulsboro High School, and they are super systems. Cameras all around, door entry systems, fobs, little electronic fobs, so when anybody comes in and out of the building now, we know when they came in and who came in. But probably one of the most neatest features of this system is it's a door jar. Security in a high school, particularly, we have 23 doors. Knowing when a door is open and being held open is important. So the door jar system lets the principals know if any door is unlocked and being held open. That's important.
In 2019, unfortunately, it's very, very important. How about in general, the structure, preparing kids? I mean, you're getting them from preschool. There's been some new money for that to help expand that. One of the things with the governor we support very strongly is getting more money into pre-kindergarten, because there's such strong evidence that the child does so much better. How's all that working?
It's working beautifully. Billingsport Early Childhood Center is probably a model for South Jersey and maybe more. We have what I call an incubator. We have full-day programs for 3-year-olds, full-day programs for 4-year-olds, full day for kindergarten, and then our first and second grader there also. Everybody in the school gets a free breakfast and a free lunch. It's a little community. It's an incubator. Dedicated playgrounds for just little guys. Everything there is designed to take a youngster from the earliest age and move them forward. And what we're finding is children that start at Billingsport stay at Billingsport and then are transitioning in greater numbers to Loudenslager. They're not leaving us during that transition. One of the things that's happening at Billingsport this year is something called looping, where a teacher who had a group of students in the first grade is going to stay with that group of students for the second grade. And then she will loop back and take another group of first graders, so that the students really get to know their students very, very well and build a sense of community and family within the school.
And continuity. And for those who would hear these comments about breakfast and lunch and those kinds of support services, it's hard to educate a child if they don't have something in their stomach. And frankly, feeding a 3-year-old is not very expensive when you compare what would be lost if the 3-year-old wasn't in a position to have a day.
That's absolutely correct. Students that come to school hungry have more discipline problems, more visits to the nurse. Frankly, they're absent more frequently, and they don't do as well in their classes and on tests. So breakfast is a great investment in the human beings and in our school.
Yeah, and I think money well spent, especially under the circumstances. Walter, as we close the segment out, getting grades up, the performance of the district, inspiring confidence among families, because housing stock and people wanting to be in a community, often the first thing they look at the school district. What would you say to people potentially thinking about living in Paulsboro, Gibbstown, about the public school system?
Well, the first thing I would say is for the little children, we have the Early Childhood Center. What we have in the rest of the district are great teachers, a sense of community, a sense of pride. And the thing I like about Paulsboro, and the thing, frankly, my son liked about Paulsboro, is in Paulsboro, you're not a number. And you can put together your own menu. If you want to play football in the fall, you play football in the fall. And then if you prefer to sing and be in the musical in the winter, that's just fine. And then you can go back and be in the track team or the baseball team in the spring. Everybody can do their own thing, put their own menu together. And there is no cliquishness, and there's no preconceived notions. If you play football,
well, Fly's been with us.
I know he's enjoying it. There's no preconceived notion that if you're a football player, you can't do this. If you're a wrestler, you can't do this. Or if you're a band member, you can't do this. Kids are accepting of each other. They like each other, and they're happy kids, and they can get a great education. And when we add the STEAM Academy, which we're doing now, the science, technology, engineering, art, and math, is going to be an absolutely super program.
Wonderful. That's an update as we welcome Walter Quint back for his third tour of duty as the superintendent of Paulsboro Public Schools, and happy to have him back. Stay with us. We're coming right back.
Rizzo Family Chiropractic Center in Gibbstown offers pain relief with a difference. Using specific chiropractic adjustments, Rizzo Family Chiropractic will get to the root of your problem quickly. Bring your headaches, neck, back, joint, or limb pain to Dr. Karen Rizzo. If you have recurring pain, chiropractic can help. Rizzo Family Chiropractic can relieve many sources of pain without extended treatment and ongoing therapy. Give your family the gift of caring professional pain relief with a difference. Rizzo Family Chiropractic.
Come on down Route 55 to the Millville Airport. Visit Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms, a gun shop with a woman's touch. Buying, selling, and trading firearms and military items, especially seeking World War II, German, Japanese, and American items. Buying single items or entire collections. That's Smith & Jackson Military Antiques and Firearms at the Millville Airport, 21 Peterson Street, next to the Glasstown Brewing Company.
Well, it's time for Community Notes with Irma Stevenson. We're at the Sons of Italy Lodge here on Broad Street in Paulsboro. Irma?
John, I remember when this was Leo's Stardust. I mean, they had weddings. Then it became Freddie Allegra's Stardust. Happy birthdays to Kevin Oswald, Trevor Suter, Wayne Paulson, who has a birthday in August, and he always gets upset. So, Wayne, belated happy birthday. Sarah Chilla, Brian Du Bois, Dawn Barber, Beth Ann Smith, Ronald Scuderi, Barbara McMahon Dempsey, Eddie Gentile, Richard Dentino, Gina Duca, Jean Lipsett Lee, Gary Potts, Mike Licardella, Dorothy Winoski, who is 93 years old.
My goodness, yeah.
And still kicking.
Cashier at the Hill Theater.
John, I remember that. And who was the other guy? There used to be, he used to usher, they were great people. And Connie Gentile. Happy anniversary to Christy and Doug Moore, and Christine and Gary Goss. Don't forget, and I like to say a special happy wedding day to Kim Bernacki and Steve Flower on October 12th. Kim's been a great Paulsboro resident, and enjoy your anniversary year from today. Congratulations to Isaac and Chauncey Redmond on the birth of their third son, Jace Isaiah Redmond.
Beautiful.
Those boys are playing ball, okay? All Paulsboro High School graduates and friends, don't forget, on October 26th is homecoming. Parade is 9:30. John will need your fire truck. I might be parading, you never know. After that will be a tailgating in the gym. Scopes is going to be doing his Hawaiian. Then the football game at 12:30, Audubon, and then back to St. Michael's from 2 to 5. Paulsboro Education Association and Pegasus Foundation. They want all their graduates to come back, Paulsboro alumni, and just have a good old Paulsboro Pride Day. Trunk or treat, St. Paul's Church on Broad in Delaware, 5 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Thursday the 31st in the parking lot. And John, we have great people in this town that really help our kids. I would just like to thank everybody. Boys and Girls Club, they do a great job, John. And, of course, the Sons of Italy. They are great, great people. They work in this community all the time.
If you remember what the Stardust was like, because it was like the Wild West. People's memories fades from that. I mean, it was a really difficult place for law enforcement and everything that went on with it.
Yes.
And I remember Frank DiGiovacchino talking about establishing a lodge in town, and it was the Stardust that was chosen. And the lights that hang over the bar came from Tilly Wyman's shop on Delaware Street.
Joey Costa, who was one of my classmates, bought that as a gym. Remember, we had some...
we did our very first show.
We did our very first show, and these lights, and it's Paulsboro Pride here. And John, did you see the picture of the old guys? The old Italian guys in the late 30s, 40s? Oh, my God.
Beautiful. Just beautiful. That's going to do it. Irma?
Well, see you on Broad Street, John. We're here on Broad Street today, and go Big Red.
For Bill Crane, our producer, who couldn't be with us today, for Fred Bookter behind the camera, and Amy sitting off to my right, that's going to do it. Until next time.